They said I smelled like desperation. I thought they were joking, until I realized they meant it. My mates, the two men who were supposed to protect me. Instead, they laughed while I bled. I should have seen it coming. But love makes you stupid. And hope? Hope makes you blind. My name is Ezra Vale, and I'm an Omega in a world that still thinks we're breakable. Fragile. Soft. They're not entirely wrong. But what they don't know, what no one knows, is that I can hear them. Every thought, every lie, every whispered insult they think I'm too weak to catch. I'm a telepath. And right now, I wish I wasn't. The penthouse smells like expensive cologne and stale champagne. It's 2 in the morning, and I'm sitting on the edge of our bed. Their bed, really. Staring at the door. Waiting. Dante and Kieran Ashford. The twin vipers of the Chicago underworld. Cold, ruthless, untouchable. And mine. At least, that's what the bond was supposed to mean. I press my palm against my chest, right over the half-formed mark that burns like a cigarette pressed into skin. It never finished. They never let it. "You're not ready," Dante had said, 6 months ago, pulling back just as his teeth grazed my throat. His twin brother, Kieran, had smirked from across the room, arms crossed, eyes dark with something I couldn't name. Not love. Never love. "Give it time, little rabbit," Kieran had murmured, like I was a pet they hadn't decided to keep yet. I should have run then. Instead, I stayed. I cooked their meals. I kept their house. I smiled through every cold shoulder, every dismissive glance. Every night, they came home smelling like someone else. Because I thought, God, I really thought, they'd come around. The door slams open. I don't flinch. Not anymore. Dante strides in first, all sharp cheekbones and tailored black suits. His dark hair is slicked back, his jaw tight. He doesn't look at me. Kieran follows, slower, lazier. He's the prettier one. Softer features, golden eyes that could melt you if you didn't know what lived behind them. He tosses his jacket onto the chair, and finally, glances my way. "You're still up?" I shrug. "Couldn't sleep." "Liar. You were waiting for us. You always wait." Kieran's thoughts bleed into my mind like ink in water. I keep my face blank. "Go to bed, Ezra." Dante's voice is clipped, controlled. He loosens his tie without sparing me a second glance. "We've got business in the morning." "Right." I stand, smoothing down my oversized hoodie. "Business." He's so pathetic. Why do we keep him around again? That one's from Dante. Sharp, clinical. Like I'm a problem he hasn't figured out how to solve yet. I swallow the ache in my throat and head toward the door. "Ezra." Kieran's voice stops me. I turn. He's leaning against the wall now, arms crossed, head tilted. His golden eyes sweep over me, slow and assessing. For a second, just a second, I think I see something softer there. Then he smiles. "You forgot to do the laundry." I blink. "What?" "The laundry. My favorite shirt's still in the hamper." His tone is light, teasing, like this is funny. "You know, the one I told you I needed for tonight?" My stomach drops. I did forget. I'd been too busy scrubbing bloodstains out of the kitchen tiles. They're bloodstains. From whatever deal went sideways last week, to even think about laundry. "I'll do it now," I say quietly. It's 2 a.m. Dante doesn't even look up from his phone. "Just do it tomorrow." "No." Kieran pushes off the wall, stepping closer. He should do it now, since he forgot. Let's see if he'll actually snap. I'm bored. I hear it. Every word, every cruel, careless thought. And I smile. "Sure, I'll get right on that." Kieran's eyes narrow. Just slightly. like he's trying to figure out if I'm being sarcastic. Good. Let him wonder. I turn and walk out, closing the door softly behind me. The laundry room is cold. I stand in front of the washing machine, Kieran's stupid shirt in my hands, and I let myself feel it. All of it. The exhaustion, the humiliation, the suffocating weight of loving two people who look at me like I'm furniture. My fingers tremble. And then, something inside me cracks. The washing machine starts to rattle. I freeze. It's not running. I haven't even turned it on. But it's shaking, vibrating, like something inside it is trying to break free. No, not inside it. Inside me. I drop the shirt and step back, pressing my hands against my temples. My telepathy has always been passive, listening, receiving. I've never pushed before. But right now, the rage inside me is so loud, so sharp, that it's spilling out. The lights flicker. The washing machine door flies open, and in my mind, I hear them. Dante, what the hell was that? Kieran, did you hear something? I force myself to breathe, to pull it back. To shove all that anger down into the same dark place I've been hiding it for months. The lights stop flickering. The room goes still. I pick up the shirt, toss it into the machine, and start the cycle. When I finally crawl into the guest bed, they stopped letting me sleep in theirs weeks ago, I stare at the ceiling and make a decision. I'm done waiting for them to love me. I'm done being their joke. If they want a weak, fragile Omega, they can find someone else. Because I'm not that anymore. And one day soon, they're going to realize what they lost. The thought settles in my chest like a stone, cold and heavy. I close my eyes, waiting for sleep to take me, but it doesn't come. It never does anymore. Instead, I listen. The penthouse is quiet now, but my telepathy doesn't care about silence. It picks up everything. The low hum of Dante's thoughts as he reviews tomorrow's deal. The flicker of Kieran's amusement as he scrolls through something on his phone. Neither of them thinking about me. Good. I roll onto my side and pull the blanket tighter. The guest bed smells like detergent and nothing else. No warmth, no comfort. Just clean, sterile emptiness. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. I should ignore it. It's probably just another grocery list, or some passive-aggressive reminder that I forgot to pick up Dante's dry cleaning. But I reach for it anyway. Unknown number. You don't belong to them. I sit up so fast my head spins. What the hell? I stare at the screen, my heart hammering. The message sits there, simple and stark, like someone just reached through the phone and grabbed me by the throat. My fingers hover over the keyboard. Who is this? 3 dots appear, then disappear, then appear again. Finally, someone who knows what they did to you. A chill crawls down my spine. I glance at the door. It's still closed. No footsteps in the hall. No sound except the faint buzz of the city outside. I type fast. What do you want? The response is instant this time. Unknown number. To remind you that you're stronger than you think. I almost laugh. It's bitter and sharp and catches in my throat. Stronger? I'm a telepath who can barely hold a washing machine door shut without spiraling. I'm an Omega who let 2 alphas treat him like a housekeeper with benefits. I'm not strong. I'm a joke. But then the phone buzzes again. Unknown. Number, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The cafe on 5th and Main. Come alone. My breath catches. This is insane. This is how people end up on true crime podcasts? But something inside me, something reckless and tired and done, whispers back. What do you have to lose? I don't reply. I just set the phone down and lie back, staring at the ceiling until my eyes burn. Sleep doesn't come. But for the first time in months, I feel something other than empty. I feel curious. Morning light slices through the blinds like a knife. I drag myself out of bed, my body aching from a night spent not sleeping. The guest room feels smaller than usual, the walls pressing in. I can hear them in the kitchen. Dante's low voice giving orders. Kieran laughing at something. They haven't noticed I'm not there yet. I pull on jeans and a faded band tee, then slip into the bathroom to splash cold water on my face. The mirror shows me exactly what I expect. Dark circles, pale skin, a mouth that's forgotten how to smile. But my eyes look different, sharper, awake. I lean closer, studying my reflection. For a second, I swear I see something flicker in the glass. A shadow, a shape. Then it's gone. I blink hard and step back. Get it together, Ezra. When I walk into the kitchen, Dante's already in his suit, tie perfectly knotted, coffee in hand. Kieran's leaning against the counter in a tight black shirt that probably costs more than my entire wardrobe. He's eating toast like it's a performance. Neither of them look at me. "Morning," I say, just to see if they'll respond. Dante grunts. Kieran doesn't even pause mid-chew. Cool. Great. Love that for me. I pour myself coffee, keeping my face neutral, even though my telepathy is already picking up their thoughts. He looks like hell. Did he even sleep? That's Kieran. Almost sounds like concern. Almost. We need to talk about the new shipment. Focus. And that's Dante. All business. Always. I take a sip of coffee and let the bitterness ground me. "I'm going out this morning," I say casually. Dante glances up. "Where?" "Cafe. Need some air." His eyes narrow. Just slightly. "Alone?" I meet his gaze and smile. It's small. Sweet. The kind of smile I used to give them when I still thought they cared. "Yeah. Alone." Kieran finally stops chewing. He sets his toast down, wiping his hands on a napkin, and turns to face me fully. "You don't go anywhere alone." It's not a suggestion. It's a command. And something inside me snaps. "Why?" I tilt my head, keeping my voice light. "Afraid I'll run?" The air shifts. Dante sets his coffee down slowly. Kieran's jaw tightens. "Careful, little rabbit." That's Kieran's thought. Sharp. Warning. But I'm so tired of being careful. "I'm just grabbing coffee, Kieran. I'll be back in an hour." "No." Dante's voice is flat. Final. I turn to him, and for the first time in months, I let him see the edge in my eyes. I wasn't asking. Silence. Thick. Heavy. Electric. Dante's gaze locks onto mine, and I feel the full weight of his alpha presence pressing down. It's suffocating. Commanding. The kind of pressure that's supposed to make an Omega submit. But I don't look away, and I don't lower my eyes. What the hell is wrong with him? That's Dante. Genuinely confused. Kieran steps closer, his golden eyes scanning my face like he's trying to solve a puzzle. "Ezra." His voice is softer now, coaxing. "What's going on?" I shrug. "Nothing. I just want coffee." He's lying. "Yeah, I am. But they don't get to know that." I grab my jacket from the hook by the door and turn back one last time. "I'll be back soon," and I walk out before they can stop me. The door clicks shut behind me and I exhale. My hands are shaking, not from fear, from adrenaline. I just walked out on two of the most dangerous men in Chicago, and it felt good. The elevator ride down feels like forever. I watch the numbers descend, my reflection staring back at me in the polished metal doors. My heart's still racing, but there's something else now. something that feels dangerously close to pride. The lobby is quiet. The doorman nods as I pass, and I push through the glass doors into the crisp morning air. The city hums around me, alive and indifferent. I pull my jacket tighter and start walking. Fifth and Main is only 6 blocks away. I could have taken a car. Should have, probably. But I need the space. Need the noise of traffic and strangers to drown out the thoughts still buzzing in my head. What the hell is wrong with him? Dante's confusion had been sharp, real, like I'd just done something completely unthinkable. And maybe I had. Omegas don't walk out. Not on their alphas. Not without permission. But I'm starting to think that maybe the rules don't apply when your alphas treat you like staff. I shove my hands into my pockets and keep walking. The morning sun slants between buildings, warming my face. For the first time in weeks, I feel like I can breathe. Then I feel it. A pull. Low in my chest. Insistent. The bond. I stop in the middle of the sidewalk, and someone behind me mutters a curse as they swerve around me. I barely notice. All I can feel is the bond stretching, tightening, like a rope pulling taut. They're following me. Of course they are. I glance over my shoulder, scanning the street. I don't see them, but I don't need to. I can feel Kieran's presence like a hand at the back of my neck. Dante's is colder, sharper, like the edge of a blade. Turn around, Ezra. Come home. Kieran's thought slips into my mind, soft and coaxing. He doesn't even know I can hear him. I grit my teeth and start walking faster. Stubborn little rabbit. Fine. Let's see how far you get. I bite back a laugh. He thinks this is a game. They both do. But I'm not playing anymore. The cafe sits on the corner of 5th and Main, small and unassuming. The kind of place that smells like burnt coffee and old pastries. I push through the door and a bell chimes overhead. It's nearly empty. A college kid with headphones in, an older woman reading a newspaper, and in the back corner, a man in a dark green jacket watching me. He's tall, broad-shouldered. His face is sharp, angular, and his eyes are the kind of gray that looks silver in the right light. He doesn't smile when I approach, just nods toward the seat across from him. I sit. "You're Ezra," he says, not a question. "And you're the creepy texter." I fold my arms across my chest. "Want to tell me how you got my number?" His lips twitch, almost a smile. "Does it matter?" "Yeah, actually, it does." He leans back in his chair, studying me. There's something unsettling about his gaze. Not threatening, just knowing. "My name is Callan," he says finally. "And I know what they did to you." My stomach twists. "What? Who did?" "Dante and Kieran Ashford." His voice is calm, even. "Your mates, the ones who treat you like you're disposable." I should stand up, walk out. This is insane. But I don't move. "How do you know them?" "I used to work for them." Callan's eyes darken. "Until I realized what kind of men they really are." A chill runs through me. "And what kind is that?" "The kind who use people until they break." He leans forward, elbows on the table. "You're not the first Omega they've done this to, Ezra." The words hit me like a slap. "What?" "There was another. Before you." Callan's voice softens, just slightly. "His name was Miles. Sweet kid. Thought they'd chosen him. Thought the bond meant something." My throat tightens. "What happened to him?" Callan's jaw clenches. "They got bored. Tossed him out like garbage." "Last I heard, he left the city. Didn't want to be anywhere near them." I sit back, my mind spinning. Another Omega. Another person they'd used and discarded. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you're still there." Callan's eyes lock onto mine. And if you don't leave soon, you'll end up just like him. Or worse. I swallow hard. My hands are trembling again, but this time it's not adrenaline. It's rage. They never mentioned anyone before me. Of course they didn't. Callan's voice turns bitter. That would require them to feel something. Guilt, shame, anything. I press my palms flat against the table, trying to steady myself. My telepathy is screaming at me to read him, to dig into his thoughts and see if he's lying. But when I reach out, all I feel is honesty, raw and heavy. He's telling the truth. "Why do you care?" I ask quietly. "Why help me?" Callan hesitates. For the first time, he looks uncomfortable. "Because I couldn't help Miles," he says finally, "and I've regretted it ever since." Silence settles between us. The cafe hums around us, oblivious. Then Callan slides something across the table. A business card, plain white, just a phone number. "If you ever need a way out," he says, "call me." I stare at the card, my heart pounding. "I'm not leaving," I hear myself say. "Not yet." Callan's brow furrows. "Why not?" "Because I'm tired of running. Because I'm tired of being thrown away. Because I want them to see what they lost." But I don't say any of that. Instead, I pick up the card and slip it into my pocket. I just need time to think. Callan nods slowly. "Don't take too long. Men like them don't change, Ezra. They just get worse." He stands, adjusting his jacket, and glances toward the door. Then he looks back at me one last time. "Be careful. They're watching you closer than you think." And then he's gone. I sit there, alone, staring at my untouched coffee. My chest feels tight. My mind is racing. Another Omega. They'd done this before, and I'd been stupid enough to think I was different. The bell over the door chimes again. I don't need to look up to know who it is. I can feel them. Both of them. Dante slides into the seat Callan just left. Kieran leans against the wall beside me, arms crossed, golden eyes burning. "Who was that?" Dante's voice is ice. I take a sip of my coffee. It's bitter, cold. "A friend." Kieran laughs. It's low, dangerous. "You don't have friends, Ezra." I set the cup down and finally meet his gaze. Maybe I should start making some. The words hang in the air between us, sharp and deliberate. Kieran's smile falters, just for a second, but I catch it. Dante's fingers drum once against the table. A tell. He's irritated. Good. We're leaving. Dante stands, buttoning his suit jacket with precise movements. Now. I don't move, just take another sip of my terrible coffee and let the silence stretch. "Ezra." Kieran's voice drops lower, softer. The kind of tone that used to make my knees weak. "Don't make this difficult." I set the cup down and tilt my head, meeting his gaze with what I hope looks like boredom. Or what? His eyes flash, gold catching fire. "Careful, little rabbit. You're playing a dangerous game." "Yeah, I know, but I'm so tired of being afraid." Dante's hand lands on my shoulder. Not rough, not gentle either. Just possessive. A reminder of who I supposedly belong to. "Let's go," he says again, quieter this time. "We'll talk at home." Home. Like that penthouse has ever felt like home. I shrug his hand off and stand, grabbing my jacket from the back of the chair. "Fine. But I'm walking." "No." Dante's jaw tightens. "The car's outside." "Then I guess you'll have to drag me." I smile sweetly. "Because I'm walking." Kieran moves fast. 1 second he's by the wall, the next he's blocking my path to the door. His presence floods the space between us, all alpha command and barely controlled frustration. "You're being childish," And you're being controlling. I step closer, just to prove I can. What's new? His breath hitches, just slightly. And for a moment, something flickers in his eyes. Something that almost looks like surprise. He's never pushed back like this before. What changed? Everything, Kieran. Everything changed. But I don't say that. I just step around him and head for the door. The bell chimes as I push outside. The street is busier now, people rushing past with coffee cups and briefcases. I start walking, not looking back, even though I can feel them behind me. Their thoughts bleed into mine like static. This is getting out of hand. That's Dante. Cold. Calculating. Let him walk. He'll calm down. And that's Kieran. Still thinking this is just a tantrum. I keep my pace steady, hands shoved in my pockets, eyes forward. The city noise wraps around me like armor. Then I feel it. A pull. Sharp and sudden. The bond flaring to life like someone just yanked a chain around my chest. I stumble, catching myself against a lamppost. My heart hammers, and I press a hand to my sternum, trying to breathe through the pressure. Stop walking. Dante's command slams into me, not spoken aloud but pushed through the bond. It's an alpha order, raw and instinctive, meant to force compliance. And it almost works. My legs lock. My body wants to obey, every omega instinct screaming at me to turn around, to submit, to go back to them. But I'm not just an omega. I'm a telepath, and I can push back. I close my eyes, focusing on the bond, on the invisible thread tying me to them. Then I shove. Hard. The pressure snaps. Dante curses behind me. I hear it clearly, even over the street noise. I open my eyes and keep walking. My hands are shaking. My chest aches. But I did it. I broke an alpha command, and it felt incredible. Footsteps quicken behind me. Then Kieran's beside me, matching my pace, his expression unreadable. "That was stupid," he says quietly. "Probably." Dante's pissed. Also probably. Kieran glances at me, brow furrowed. "What's gotten into you?" I stop walking. Right there in the middle of the sidewalk. People flow around us like water around stones. "You really want to know?" He crosses his arms, waiting. I take a breath, then another. Because once I say this, I can't take it back. I'm tired, Kieran. My voice is steadier than I feel. I'm tired of being treated like I don't matter. Like I'm just here, convenient, useful when you need someone to clean up your messes or warm your bed. His expression shifts. Something flickers in his eyes. Guilt, maybe? Or just surprise that I finally said it out loud. "Ezra!" I'm not done. I step closer. And he actually takes a step back. "You and Dante act like the bond means nothing. Like I mean nothing." And maybe I believed that for a while. Maybe I thought if I just tried harder, was better, quieter, more obedient, you'd finally see me. My throat tightens, but I push through it. "But you won't, because you don't want to. So I'm done trying." Silence. Kieran stares at me like I just grew a second head. His thoughts are a mess, tangled and sharp. He's not supposed to talk like this. He's not supposed to. Dante catches up, his face a mask of controlled fury. "What the hell was that?" "That," I say evenly, "was me saying no." His eyes narrow. "You can't just break a command, Ezra. That's not how this works." Then maybe it's time the rules changed. The street feels too small suddenly, too loud. The space between the three of us crackles with tension so thick I can taste it. Dante's phone buzzes. He glances at it, and his expression darkens further. "We don't have time for this." He looks at me, then at Kieran. "The shipment got intercepted. We need to move. Now." Kieran swears under his breath. Dante turns back to me, and for a second, I see something in his eyes. Not anger, not frustration, fear. "You're coming with us," he says. Not a command this time, almost a plea. Why? Because whoever's targeting us knows about you. His voice is tight. And if they find you alone, you're dead. My blood runs cold. What? Kieran steps closer, his hand hovering near my arm but not touching. Someone leaked our location, the cafe, the timing. It wasn't random. I glance back at the cafe, my stomach twisting. Callan, no. He wouldn't. Would he? Dante's already moving, pulling out his phone, barking orders to someone on the other end. Kieran's gaze stays locked on me, and for the first time since I met him, he looks genuinely worried. "Please," he says quietly, "just this once. Trust us." I want to laugh. Trust them. After everything. But the fear in his voice is real, and so is the danger. I nod once. Fine, but this doesn't mean I forgive you. Kieran's lips twitch, almost a smile. I wouldn't expect you to. Dante ends his call and gestures sharply toward a black SUV pulling up to the curb. Get in. Both of you. I move toward the car, my mind racing. Someone's targeting them, which means someone's targeting me. And I have no idea who. The SUV's leather seats are cold against my back. I'm wedged between Kieran and the window. Dante up front barking coordinates to the driver. The city blurs past, all glass and concrete, and people who have no idea what kind of world exists beneath the surface. My heart won't stop racing. Kieran's thigh presses against mine. I can feel the tension radiating off him, coiled tight like a spring about to snap. His hand rests on his knee, fingers drumming an anxious rhythm. We should have kept him locked down. This is exactly what I was afraid of. His thought bleeds into my mind, sharp with worry. I glance at him. His jaw is set, eyes fixed straight ahead. For someone who's spent months acting like I barely exist, he suddenly looks like he cares whether I live or die. Funny how danger changes things. Where are we going? I ask, keeping my voice steady even though my hands are trembling. Safe house, Dante says without turning around. South side. No one knows about it except us. And whoever just tried to kill us, apparently, I mutter. Kieran's lips twitch. Your timing's getting better. Thanks. I've had a lot of practice being sarcastic to people who ignore me. He actually winces. It's subtle, but I catch it. Good. The SUV takes a sharp turn, and I brace myself against the door. My stomach churns, partly from the motion, partly from the adrenaline still flooding my system. Who would want you dead? I ask. I mean, besides the obvious. Dante's reflection in the rearview mirror meets my eyes. The list is long. Comforting. We've made enemies, Kieran says quietly. That's the business. Right. The business. I turn to face him fully. The one you never talk about. The one that apparently gets people killed. His expression hardens. You knew what we were when you agreed to the bond. I knew you were powerful. I didn't know you were targets. My voice rises despite myself. And I definitely didn't know I'd become one too just by being near you. Silence drops like a stone. Dante's fingers tighten on his phone. Kieran's jaw works like he's chewing on words he doesn't want to say. The SUV pulls into an underground garage, tires squealing against concrete. We park in a shadowed corner, far from any cameras. Out, Dante orders, already moving. I follow, my legs unsteady. The garage is freezing, all bare walls and flickering fluorescent lights. It smells like oil and damp concrete. Kieran's hand lands on my lower back, guiding me toward a steel door. The touch is gentle, protective. It makes me angrier than it should. I pull away. I can walk on my own. His hand drops, but his eyes stay on me, watchful, like he thinks I might bolt. Maybe I should. The safe house is exactly what it sounds like. Sparse, functional. A couch that's seen better days, a kitchenette with mismatched mugs, and a single window covered by heavy blackout curtains. Dante heads straight for a laptop on the counter, fingers flying over the keyboard. Kieran locks the door behind us, checking it twice. I stand in the middle of the room, feeling suddenly, overwhelmingly exhausted. "Sit," Kieran says, nodding toward the couch. "I'm fine." "Ezra!" I said I'm fine. He crosses the room in 3 strides and stops right in front of me, close enough that I have to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. "You're shaking." I am. My whole body is trembling, adrenaline crash hitting hard. "So?" His expression softens, just a fraction. "So, sit down before you fall down." I want to argue, want to prove I don't need his concern or his commands. But my legs give out first. Kieran catches me, his arms steady and warm, and lowers me onto the couch like I'm made of glass. He crouches in front of me, hands hovering near my knees but not touching. "Breathe," he says quietly. I try. My chest hitches, breath coming too fast, too shallow. Panic attack. He's having a panic attack. "Yeah, Kieran. Thanks for the diagnosis. Look at me." His voice is firmer now. "Ezra, eyes on me." I force myself to focus on his face, the sharp lines of his jaw, the gold in his eyes that catches the dim light. "In through your nose, out through your mouth." I follow his lead, mimicking his breathing. Slow, controlled. It takes a minute, maybe 5. But eventually, my heartbeat slows. My hands stop shaking. Kieran stays crouched in front of me the whole time, watching like I might disappear if he looks away. "Better?" he asks. I nod, not trusting my voice yet. He stands, running a hand through his hair, and I catch the edge of his thoughts. I should have told him. We both should have. Told me what? "Ezra!" Dante's voice cuts through the room. He's still at the laptop, but his posture's changed. Tense, guarded. "There's something you need to know." Here we go. I sit up straighter, forcing steel into my spine. "What?" Dante closes the laptop and turns to face me fully. His expression is unreadable, but his scent shifts. Guilt. Sharp and unmistakable. "The bond," he starts, then stops. His jaw clenches. "It wasn't supposed to be permanent." My stomach drops. "What?" Kieran moves to stand beside his brother, arms crossed, gaze fixed on the floor. He won't look at me. "We needed an Omega," Dante continues, his voice flat, clinical. "For appearances, to solidify a deal with the Rossi family. They wouldn't negotiate unless we looked stable, committed." The words hit me like punches. "So you used me." "It was supposed to be temporary," Kieran says quickly, "just until the deal closed." "And then what?" My voice is shaking again, but not from panic, from rage. "You were going to throw me away? Like garbage?" Neither of them answers. Oh my God. "That's why you never finished the bond." The pieces click together, sharp and brutal. "You never planned to keep me." "It got complicated," Dante says. "Complicated." I stand, my legs surprisingly steady now. "I'm complicated." "That's not what I meant." "Then what did you mean, Dante?" I step closer, and he actually takes a step back. "Because it sounds like you and your brother decided I was useful until I wasn't. It sounds like you kept me around because breaking the bond early would have looked bad. It sounds like I've been living a lie for 6 months." Kieran finally looks at me. His eyes are dark, pained. "We were going to tell you." "When? After you kicked me out?" I laugh, and it's bitter and broken. Or were you just going to ghost me like you did with Miles? The name lands like a bomb. Dante's expression goes cold. Kieran's face drains of color. How do you know that name? Dante's voice is dangerously quiet. Does it matter? I meet his gaze, refusing to flinch. You did this before to someone else, and you were going to do it to me. Miles was different, Kieran says, his voice strained. How? Because he actually left before you could destroy him? Because we didn't love him. The words stopped me cold. Kieran's staring at me now, his expression raw, vulnerable in a way I've never seen. We didn't love Miles, he repeats quietly. But he trails off, like he can't finish the sentence. Dante turns away, his hand gripping the edge of the counter so hard his knuckles turn white. I stand there, frozen, my mind reeling. You what? I whisper. Kieran opens his mouth, closes it. His thoughts are a mess, tangled and desperate. I can't say it. If I say it, he'll know. And if he knows, it'll hurt worse when he leaves. When I leave. Not if. When? Because even now, even after admitting they were going to use me, they still think I'm going to walk away. Maybe I should. But something in Kieran's eyes keeps me rooted to the spot. Tell me, I say, my voice barely audible. You didn't love Miles, but you… What? The silence stretches. Then Dante speaks, his back still turned. We made a mistake. The words hang in the air like smoke. Heavy, choking. I stare at Dante's back, at the rigid line of his shoulders, and wait for him to elaborate. He doesn't. A mistake, I repeat slowly. Which part? Using me? Lying to me? Or letting me think I actually mattered? Dante's hand flexes against the counter. Once, twice. All of it. Kieran moves closer, and I feel the heat of him before I see him. He stops just within arm's reach, close enough that I could touch him if I wanted to. I don't. We thought we could keep it simple, Kieran says, his voice rough. Businesslike, clean. And then? His eyes meet mine, and there's something in them I've never seen before. Something raw and unguarded. And then you smiled at Dante over breakfast, and you laughed at my terrible jokes, and you… He stops, swallowing hard. You made that place feel like more than just somewhere we slept. My chest tightens. So you decided to keep lying to me? We didn't know what else to do. Kieran's hands curl into fists at his sides. We're not good at this, Ezra. We don't do feelings. We do deals, transactions, things that make sense. And I didn't make sense. No. His voice drops to barely a whisper. You made everything complicated. Dante finally turns around. His face is a mask, but his eyes betray him. There's pain there. Guilt. Maybe even fear. We kept telling ourselves it was easier to let you go, he says. That finishing the bond would only make it harder when the time came. But you never let me go. No. He shakes his head slowly. We didn't. The room feels smaller suddenly, the air thicker. My telepathy picks up everything, both of their thoughts crashing into me like waves. I don't deserve him. Never did. That's Dante. Cold self-loathing wrapped around something softer, something that feels dangerously close to longing. Please don't leave. Please. I'll do better. I'll be better. And that's Kieran. Desperate. Aching. I press my palm against my chest, right over the half-formed mark that's been burning for months. Why didn't you just tell me? My voice cracks despite my best efforts. Why let me think I was worthless to you? Because you're not. Kieran steps closer, and this time, I don't back away. And that terrified us. You're alphas. You're not supposed to be afraid of anything. Everyone's afraid of something, Ezra. Dante's voice is quieter now, almost gentle. We're afraid of losing control, of needing someone, of caring so much that it breaks us when they leave. So you broke me first. The words land like stones in still water. Kieran flinches. Dante closes his eyes. Yeah, Kieran says hoarsely. We did. Silence settles between us, thick and suffocating. Outside I can hear distant traffic, the hum of the city that never stops moving. But in here, everything's frozen. I should walk out. Should grab that business card Callan gave me and call him. Get as far away from these two as possible. But my feet won't move, because underneath all the anger, all the hurt, there's something else. Something I hate myself for feeling. Hope. I should hate you, I whisper. You should, Dante agrees. I want to. I know. But I don't. My voice breaks on the last word, and I hate that even more. Kieran's hand rises, hovering near my face but not touching, like he's afraid I'll shatter. Can I? He doesn't finish the question. I should say no. Should push him away. Should protect what's left of my dignity. Instead, I nod. His palm cups my cheek, warm and steady. His thumb brushes across my cheekbone, catching a tear I didn't realize had fallen. I'm sorry, he breathes, for all of it. Sorry doesn't fix this. I know. His forehead drops to rest against mine, and I feel his breath against my lips. Warm, unsteady. But it's all I have right now. Dante moves behind me. I feel him before I hear him, his presence solid and grounding. His hand settles on my shoulder, gentle in a way I didn't know he was capable of. We can't undo what we did, he says quietly, but we can try to do better. I laugh, and it's wet and broken. That's a low bar. Then we'll start there. His fingers tighten slightly, not possessive, pleading. Just give us a chance to prove we're not completely hopeless. I pull back enough to look at Kieran, then twist to see Dante behind me. They both look wrecked, lost, human. One chance, I hear myself say. And if you screw this up again, I'm gone. For good. Relief floods both their faces. One chance, Kieran echoes. That's more than we deserve. Way more, I agree. So don't waste it. His lips quirk, almost a smile. Noted. Dante's hand slides from my shoulder down my arm, his fingers finding mine and lacing between them. The touch is tentative, careful. We'll finish the bond, he says. If you want. When you're ready. Not yet. I squeeze his hand once. But maybe, eventually. Eventually works. Kieran's still close, his hand still cradling my face. His eyes search mine, looking for something. Forgiveness, maybe, or permission. Can I kiss you? He asks, so soft I almost don't hear it. My breath catches. I should say no. Should make them work harder, suffer longer. But I'm tired of punishing myself by punishing them. Yeah, I whisper. You can. He closes the distance slowly, giving me time to change my mind. His lips brush against mine, feather-light and tentative. Not claiming, asking. I kiss him back. And it feels like breaking and healing at the same time. When we pull apart, his eyes are bright, hopeful. Dante's hand tightens around mine. We're going to figure this out, Kieran says, the three of us. You better. I step back, putting space between us again. Because I'm not going through this twice. You won't have to. Dante's voice is firm. A promise. We'll make sure of it. I want to believe them. Maybe, just maybe, I do. A little. The tension in the room shifts. Still heavy, but different now. Less suffocating. More like the weight of something being built rather than torn down. Kieran runs a hand through his hair, exhaling hard. So, what now? Now? I glanced toward the blacked-out window. Now you tell me who's trying to kill us, and why. Dante and Kieran exchange a look. It's complicated, Dante starts. Everything with you two is complicated. I cross my arms. Start talking. Dante's jaw tightens. He glances at Kieran, some silent communication passing between them that I'm not privy to. Great. Secrets already. The Rossi family, Dante finally says. The deal we used you for. It fell through. I blink. Okay, and? And they blame us. Kieran moves to the window, peeling back the curtain just enough to scan the street below. They think we sabotaged it, that we never intended to honor the agreement. Did you? No. Dante's voice is sharp, defensive. We upheld our end. They're the ones who got greedy. I study his face, reaching out with my telepathy. His thoughts are guarded, locked down tight. But I catch fragments. Numbers. Names. Blood. What aren't you telling me? Kieran drops the curtain and turns. The Rossis had a son, Antonio. He was supposed to marry into another family to solidify an alliance, but he refused. Let me guess. He wanted someone else. He wanted you. The words hit me like ice water. What? At the negotiation dinner. Dante's voice is flat, emotionless. 6 months ago. You were there. You smiled at him once when he made a joke. I remember that night, vaguely. A crowded restaurant. Too many courses. Too much wine. A younger man with dark eyes who'd seemed nervous. I was being polite. He didn't see it that way. Kieran's hands curl into fists. He saw it as interest. Started asking questions about you, about our bond, whether it was real. My stomach drops. And you told him? That you were ours. Dante's eyes meet mine. Permanently. That the bond was complete and unbreakable. But it wasn't. No. His voice drops. It wasn't. The pieces start clicking together, ugly, jagged. So when the deal fell apart, Antonio thought that we lied about you to keep him from pursuing you, Kieran finishes, and he convinced his family that we dishonored them. I sink back onto the couch, my mind racing. That's insane. That's the Mafia. Dante moves to the laptop again, pulling up something on the screen. Honor and perception matter more than truth. So they want revenge. They want blood. Kieran's voice is grim. Ours. And yours. The room tilts slightly. I press my palms against my knees, forcing myself to breathe. This is because of me. No. Dante's response is immediate, fierce. This is because of them. And us. You're just caught in the middle. Again. The word tastes bitter. I'm always caught in the middle of your mess, aren't I? Neither of them answers. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out, and my blood turns cold. Unknown number. Did they tell you the truth yet? Or are they still lying? My fingers tighten around the phone. Ezra? Kieran notices immediately. What is it? I hold up the screen. Both of them read the message, and their expressions darken. That's the same number from this morning, I say quietly. The one who told me to meet at the cafe. Dante's already moving, pulling the laptop closer. Let me see. I hand him my phone. He connects it to the laptop with a cable I didn't even see him grab, fingers flying over the keyboard. It's bouncing through multiple servers, he mutters. Encrypted. Professional. Callan, I breathe. Kieran's head snaps toward me. The man from the cafe? He said he used to work for you. That he knew what you did to Miles. My chest tightens. He warned me to leave before I ended up like him. Callan Reeves. Dante's voice is ice. He didn't just work for us. He was our second in command. until he tried to sell us out to the Bratva. My heart stops. What? He wanted a bigger cut, more power. Kieran's jaw clenches. When we refused, he went to our competitors. We caught him before he could do real damage, but we let him walk. Biggest mistake we ever made. The phone buzzes again. Another message. Unknown number. Ask them about the fire, the one that killed Miles. Ice floods my veins. What fire? My voice is barely a whisper. The silence that follows is deafening. Kieran won't look at me. Dante's face has gone completely blank. What? Fire. There was an incident. Dante's voice is carefully controlled. A year ago, a rival family targeted one of our properties. Miles was inside. And? And we got him out? Kieran's voice is strained. He was fine. Shaken, but fine. Then why would Callan say he died? Neither of them answers. My telepathy reaches out, desperate for the truth. And what I find in Dante's thoughts makes my stomach turn. He doesn't need to know. It'll only make things worse. Tell me. My voice shakes. Right now. Tell me the truth. Dante's mask cracks. Just slightly. Miles didn't die in the fire, he says finally. But he changed. The trauma, the fear. He couldn't handle it anymore. Couldn't handle us. So you let him go. We gave him money. Set him up somewhere safe. Kieran's voice is hollow. Away from Chicago. Away from us. And you never told him you cared. The words land like accusations. We thought it was kinder, Dante says quietly, to let him think it was just business, that he could move on without guilt. You thought wrong. My hands are shaking. You broke him and called it mercy. We were trying to protect him. From what? You? I stand, anger flooding through me, hot and sharp. You keep saying you'll do better, that you'll be honest. But you're still lying, still hiding things. That's not fair, isn't it? I spin toward Kieran. You just told me you made a mistake with Miles, that you didn't love him, but you still destroyed him. And now you're telling me some of the same lies you told him. It's not the same, Kieran insists. How? Because you claim to feel something for me this time? My voice rises. How do I know that's even real? How do I know this isn't just another lie you're telling yourselves? Because we're terrified of losing you. Kieran's voice cracks, raw and desperate. Because every time you look at us with those eyes, like we're monsters, it kills us. Because we don't know how to fix this, but we're trying. We're actually trying. Trying isn't enough. The words rip out of me. You used me. You lied to me. You made me fall in love with you while planning to throw me away. And now you want me to just... What? Forgive you because you're scared? Tears burn behind my eyes, but I refuse to let them fall. I gave you a chance. One chance. And you're already keeping secrets. Ezra, please. Dante moves toward me, but I step back. Don't. My phone buzzes again. I glance down. Unknown number. They'll never tell you everything. But I will. Meet me tonight. Same place. 9 p.m. Come alone, or don't come at all. I stare at the message, my heart pounding. What does it say? Kieran asks. I look up at them, at the two alphas who've turned my life inside out, who claim to care but keep proving they don't know how. And I make a decision. Nothing important. I shove the phone in my pocket. I need air. You can't leave. Dante's voice is firm. It's not safe. I don't care. Ezra, I said I don't care. My voice echoes in the small space. You want me to trust you? You want me to believe you care? Then let me go. Right now. Prove that I'm not your prisoner. The silence stretches. Kieran's thoughts scream at me. Don't do this. Please, we can fix this. But Dante's are quieter, colder. Let him go. He needs to see for himself. See what? Dante moves to the door and unlocks it. He holds it open, his expression unreadable. Go! Kieran's head whips toward his brother. What are you doing? Letting him choose. Dante's eyes find mine. You want to leave? Leave. We won't stop you. My chest aches. This is a test. I know it is. But I am too angry, too hurt to care. I walk to the door, stopping just in front of Dante. If I walk out that door, I say quietly, I might not come back. I know. His voice is barely audible. But I won't force you to stay. I search his face for something. Regret. Fear. Anything. All I see is resignation. I step through the door. It closes behind me with a soft click. And I'm alone in the cold hallway. My heart breaking all over again. The fluorescent lights buzz overhead, flickering in a rhythm that matches my pulse. I stand there, staring at the closed door, waiting for it to open. Waiting for one of them to chase me. Neither does. My chest tightens. Part of me wants to turn around, knock on that door, and take it all back. But the other part, the part that's been screaming for months, keeps my feet moving forward. The stairwell is darker than the hallway. Each step echoes loud and accusing. I grip the railing, my knuckles white, and focus on breathing. In, out, in, out. My telepathy reaches back without permission, searching for them through the walls and distance. He left. He actually left. Kieran. His thoughts are jagged with panic. Let him go. He needs this. And Dante, cold, controlled. But underneath, I feel it. The fear he's trying to bury. I force myself to keep walking. The garage is exactly as we left it, empty except for shadows and the SUV sitting in the corner. I head for the exit, pushing through the heavy door into the street. The city hits me all at once. Noise, movement, people rushing past like the world isn't ending. Maybe for them it isn't. I pull my jacket tighter and start walking. No destination, just away. My phone buzzes. I ignore it. It buzzes again. And again. Finally, I yank it out. Kieran, please come back. Kieran, we can talk about this. Kieran, Ezra, please. I shove the phone back in my pocket without responding. 2 blocks later, it rings. I glance at the screen. Kieran's name flashes. I decline the call. It rings again immediately. This time it's Dante. Decline. The 3rd time I answer, What? Where are you? Dante's voice is tight, strained. Walking. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. I stop at a crosswalk, watching the light change. Red to green. Stop to go. Simple. You can't just wander around the city alone. It's not safe. Safer than being with you two, apparently. Silence. Then, quieter. That's not fair. Fair? I laugh, and it's sharp enough to cut. You want to talk about fair? Let's talk about how you used me, how you lied to me, how you're still keeping secrets. We told you about Miles. You told me a version of the truth. There's a difference. The light changes again. I cross, my steps echoing on the pavement. You always do that. Give me just enough to make me think you're being honest, but never the whole story. Because the whole story is ugly. His voice drops. And we didn't want you to see us that way. Too late. My throat tightens. I already do. Another pause. Longer this time. Where are you going? He asks finally. I glance at my phone. 7:47 p.m. The message said 9 p.m. I don't know yet. Ezra. His voice shifts, becomes something closer to pleading. Don't do anything stupid. Like trusting you? Already did that. I hang up before he can respond. I find myself at a park. Small. Quiet. A few benches scattered around a fountain that isn't running. I sit on one, pulling my knees up and wrapping my arms around them. The cold seeps through my jeans, but I don't move. My telepathy drifts, catching fragments of thoughts from people passing by. A couple arguing about dinner plans. A teenager worried about a test. A woman thinking about her daughter's birthday. Normal problems. Normal lives. I miss normal. Rough night? I jolt, my head snapping up. A woman stands a few feet away, hands in the pockets of a long coat. She's older, maybe 50s, with kind eyes and gray-streaked hair pulled into a loose bun. "You could say that," I mutter. She gestures to the bench. "Mind if I sit?" I shrug. She settles beside me, not too close, and stares out at the empty fountain. "Boy trouble?" she asks after a moment. I almost laugh. "Something like that." Let me guess. He's an idiot who doesn't know what he has until it's gone? Close, except there's two of them, and they're both idiots. Her eyebrows rise. Two? You're ambitious. I'm stupid. Those aren't mutually exclusive. She smiles gently. You love them? The question hits harder than it should. Do I? I want to say no, want to say I hate them, that I'm done. But the truth sits heavy in my chest. Yeah, I whisper. I do. And they love you? They say they do, but they keep hurting me. She nods slowly. Love doesn't mean someone won't hurt you. It means they try not to. And when they do, they own it. They don't know how to own anything. My voice cracks. They just keep making excuses. Then maybe they need to learn. She stands, brushing off her coat. Or maybe you need to stop waiting for them to figure it out and tell them what you need. I look up at her. What if it's too late? It's only too late when you stop trying. She smiles again. Take it from someone who's made plenty of mistakes. The ones worth keeping are the ones who'll fight for you. Even when it's messy, even when it's hard. She walks away before I can respond, disappearing into the growing darkness. I sit there, her words echoing in my head. Tell them what you need. Do I even know what I need? My phone buzzes. Another message. Unknown number. 1 hour. Don't be late. I stare at the screen, my stomach churning. Callan wants to meet, wants to tell me the truth. But what if his truth is just another lie? What if everyone's lying? I stand, my legs stiff from sitting too long. The park feels emptier now, darker. I pull up Kieran's contact. My thumb hovers over the call button. Tell them what you need. I take a breath and press dial. He answers on the first ring. Ezra. I'm not coming back tonight. Where are you? We'll come get you. No. My voice is firm. I need space. I need to think. About what? His voice is desperate now. Raw. About leaving us? About whether you're worth staying for. Silence, heavy and suffocating. Ezra, please, don't do this. I'm not doing anything. My throat burns. I'm just being honest. Something you two should try. We are trying. His voice breaks. I know we're bad at it. I know we keep screwing up. But we're trying. Then prove it. The words come out sharper than I intend. Stop hiding. Stop making excuses. And for once, just tell me the whole truth. Not the version you think I can handle. The real one. Okay. He sounds wrecked, broken. Okay, just come back, please. Tomorrow. I close my eyes. I'll come back tomorrow. But tonight, I need to be alone. Ezra. Good night, Kieran. I hang up before he can say anything else. My hands are shaking. My heart's pounding. But for the first time in months, I feel like I'm the one making the choice. I check the time. 8:23 p.m., 37 minutes until I'm supposed to meet Callan. I should go home, should call Dante and Kieran and let them come get me. But I don't. Instead, I start walking toward Fifth and Main, toward answers, or toward a mistake. I guess I'll find out which. The cafe looks different at night. The lights inside are dimmed, chairs stacked on tables. A closed sign hangs crooked in the window. I check my phone. 8:58 p.m. My heart hammers against my ribs. Every instinct screams at me to turn around, to call Dante and Kieran, to not do this alone. But I need answers. Real ones. I push on the door. It's unlocked. The bell doesn't chime this time. Just silence as I step inside. Callan? My voice echoes in the empty space. Nothing. I move deeper into the cafe, past the counter, toward the back corner where we sat this morning. The table's empty. No coffee cups, no business cards, just shadows. He's not coming. I spin around. Dante and Kieran stand in the doorway, backlit by streetlights. They look exhausted. Kieran's hair is a mess, like he's been running his hands through it for hours. Dante's tie is loosened, his usual composure cracked. "What are you doing here?" My voice comes out smaller than I want. "Saving you from making a mistake." Dante steps inside, and Kieran follows, closing the door behind them. "I can take care of myself." "We know." Kieran's voice is soft, careful. "But you shouldn't have to. Not alone." I back up until I hit the counter. "How did you even find me?" "The bond." Dante taps his chest. "We can feel you. Always have." My breath catches. "You tracked me?" "We worried about you." Kieran moves closer, stopping just out of reach. "When you said you weren't coming back tonight, we knew where you'd go. The message, the meeting. It was too obvious." "Callan set a trap," Dante says flatly. "He wanted to draw you out, use you to get to us." Cold floods through me. "How do you know?" "Because we found him an hour ago." Dante pulls out his phone, showing me a photo. Callan tied to a chair in what looks like a warehouse. Alive, but clearly caught. "He's been working with the Rossies, feeding them information, using you as bait." My stomach turns. He said he wanted to help me. He wanted to hurt us. Kieran's jaw tightens. And he almost succeeded. I slide down to sit on the floor, my legs giving out. I almost walked right into it. "But you didn't." Dante crouches in front of me, his dark eyes meeting mine. "You called Kieran. You told us where you'd be. Even angry, even hurt. You still reached out." "I didn't tell you I was meeting him?" "No, but you gave us enough." His hand extends, palm up, hovering near mine. Not demanding. Offering. "You trusted us. Even a little. That's more than we deserve." Tears burn behind my eyes. "I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to trust you when you keep lying." "Then we'll stop." Kieran kneels beside his brother. "No more secrets. No more half-truths. You want to know about Miles? About the fire? About every terrible thing we've done? We'll tell you. All of it. And if I can't handle it, then we'll help you carry it." Dante's voice cracks, just slightly. Together. I stare at them. At these two broken, dangerous men who've turned my world upside down. And I make a choice. I place my hand in Dante's. His fingers close around mine, warm and steady. Kieran's hand covers both of ours, creating a circle. "I need you to mean it," I whisper. "I need you to actually try, because I can't keep breaking like this." "We mean it." Kieran's voice is fierce. "We'll spend every day proving it if we have to." "Starting now." Dante pulls something from his pocket. A small velvet box. My breath stops. He opens it, revealing a silver ring. Simple. Elegant. engraved with 3 intertwined lines. "It's not traditional," he says quietly. "But nothing about us is. It's a promise." Kieran's thumb brushes across my knuckles. "That we're yours, completely. No more games, no more lies. And if you'll have us," Dante continues, "we'd like to finish what we started. The bond. For real this time." Tears spill down my cheeks. "You hurt me. We know. You broke me. We know." Kieran's voice is thick. "And we'll spend the rest of our lives making it right." I look at the ring, at their faces, at the hope and fear and love written across every feature. "One condition," I say finally. "Anything," they answer in unison. "You let me be strong. You let me fight beside you, not behind you. And you never ever make decisions about my life without me again." Dante's lips curve, almost a smile. "Deal." "And," I add, because I can't help myself, "Kieran has to admit my jokes are funnier than his." Kieran laughs. "It's wet and broken and beautiful. Don't push it." "Fine, but I'm still right." Dante slides the ring onto my finger. It fits perfectly. Then he leans in, his forehead resting against mine. "Can I finish the bond now?" My heart races. "Both of you?" "If you'll let us." Kieran's breath is warm against my neck. I nod, unable to speak. Dante's lips find the unmarked side of my throat first. His teeth graze the sensitive skin, and I gasp. Then he bites. Not hard enough to break skin. Just enough to claim. The bond flares to life, bright and burning and complete. Before I can catch my breath, Kieran mirrors the action on the other side. His mark settles beside Dante's, 2 halves of a whole. The bond snaps into place like a key turning in a lock. I feel them. Everything, their love, their fear, their absolute certainty that I'm theirs and they're mine. It's overwhelming, perfect, right. "I love you," I whisper. "Both of you, even though you're idiots." "We love you too." Kieran kisses my temple. "Even though you're stubborn." "And reckless," Dante adds. "And sassy," Kieran grins. "And perfect," they finish together. I laugh through my tears, wrapped in their arms, the bond humming contentedly in my chest. We have a long way to go, trust to rebuild, scars to heal. But for the first time since this started, I believe we'll make it. Together, the 3 of us, exactly as we're meant to be. Thank you for watching this story to the end. If you enjoyed this story, you will surely love the next one. It's as crazier and more intriguing as can ever imagine. So do check it out. Hit subscribe. The next story drops soon.